telling you about my anxiety. So, I just want to let everyone know that for everyone who has anxiety, whether it may be at a higher level, a lower level, a medium level, any level that you have anxiety, you are not alone. You are not the only one that has anxiety. You are not on your own if you have anxiety. I myself have anxiety as well. And I will tell you that I have really bad high anxiety. And even though everyone has a different level of anxiety, that is not bad. That doesn't mean that you are sick. That does not mean that you have an illness. That does not mean that you have a mental disability. That does not mean that you have a mental sickness and that you are mental. Because whoever told you that you are mental, they are wrong. Let's get that straight. Let's fix this. Because I myself have been told that I'm mental and that I have a mental problem just because I have anxiety. Yeah, no, that is not right. That is not true. So, my anxiety can be varied at in different ways, but like it's only in one level, which is at a higher level. But I can tell you that when I was growing up, I used to have anxiety at really lower level. But as I grew up, my anxiety just non-stop just would like grow to the fact at a higher level and would like be non-stop going at that higher level. Therefore, I had a lot of panic attacks and anxiety attacks, although those are two different attacks. But mostly I would have a lot of panic attacks. I would be panicked a lot. And I would just basically not tend to control my anxiety. I would have a lot of things just under control, out of control, not letting me control my anxiety. Basically, I just was hyperly active, but also hyperly nervous and anxious. Now, people say that when you get nervous and anxious, that is normal, right? But it's not normal for those who have high anxiety, because for me, it's not normal. Now, if you can't control your anxiety to a spot where you will tend to be normal, and also you will be not really, I would say a normal person, but if you would be you know what I mean, not too anxious or too nervous, then you would have to take medication for anxiety or have to use coping skills. For me, the coping skills that I use are writing poetry, playing the piano or the keyboard, just any kind of music that I'm good at making that helps me to calm my anxiety down. Meditation, which I just now got into, yoga, which I just also now got into, and other stuff. And you can basically do any kind of coping skills to help you get rid of that anxiety that you have, or bring your anxiety down to a lower level where you can control your anxiety. I can share with you a few stories that had triggered my anxiety. So once, I remember I was at a school dance, and it was, in high school. So basically it was in my sophomore year, and it was at a homecoming dance as well. Oh geez, let me tell you, it was very embarrassing. I had saw someone that had really bothered me, and that had really triggered my anxiety, meaning they were the person that made me feel very uncomfortable at that point. So at that time around, I was looking at that person for the longest time, couldn't get my eyes off of them, because I was afraid that if I did, they would be coming at me, doing some bad things to me. And I had negative thoughts in my mind the whole time, and I had a breakdown. I just had a panic attack, and my friend one of my closest friends of all, she was there. She was like a senior that time, and she helped me like calm down and all that stuff. And so that was the worst night I ever had of my entire life, having that panic attack. And later on, me and my friend had danced, but through that time I did got better, but like still that person that had bothered me in the past, even though it was in the past, had triggered my mind to the point like where I'm like in my mind thinking like, oh, I can't forget you because for whatever you did, I don't know what you're gonna do to me today, but I feel like you're gonna do something bad to me today. You're gonna humiliate me, you're gonna embarrass me, and I don't want to take that risk at that point where you're gonna humiliate me and embarrass me in front of the whole entire world, entire universe, the whole entire school was there, and I don't want you to do that. Therefore, that's what triggered my anxiety at that point, and that's when I started having a high level of anxiety. Now, I could share with you a few stories that are different. It's not basically school related, it's different at the point. So, this happened at home. So, like, I have a lot of, like, major difficulties and complications that happens at my home. And let me tell you, I had a major life crisis, many major life crises in the past at my home. When I was growing up, I had a really difficult and complicated childhood. I would always get beaten up. I would always, like, get harassed, threatened to be killed, and all that stuff. And I had survived all that, yep. I had struggled and suffered through all that, and yet I'm still alive today. So that's, like, basically all of the events in the past that had happened to me between my family, since I have family issues now. That was also what had triggered my anxiety to a higher level. Also, bullying. Bullying is what also triggers my anxiety to a higher level because I have that fear, that wherever I go and I see kids, whether they're big or little, whether they're older or younger than me, that they're going to bully me, they're going to tease me, they're going to make fun of me, they're going to threaten me, they're going to, like, lash out on me, you know what I mean? Like, they're just gonna do crazy things to me that I can't even handle, and I feel like I'm gonna burst out in tears or burst out into like ways I can't even control my emotions. So, like, I'm gonna have outbursts, and like it's gonna be like, oh, let me tell you, if you mess with me, girl, that's not gonna be creepy, and that's not gonna be cute. Because when you mess with me, it's not gonna be done. It's not gonna be over. It's not over with. I'm telling you. So, no, everyone knows not to mess with me here. So that's what, like, happens in my mind, those thoughts. If I see or encounter and hear anyone coming at me and trying to mess with me, I'm not gonna let them go because, like, for me, one of my goals is to speak up for myself, and I'm trying to speak up for myself. And if I can't do that, that's gonna make me suffer. I have this thought in my mind where I'm, like, constantly reminding myself, Zohra, you need to speak up for yourself. You need to stick up for yourself. If you don't, you're going to struggle. Do you want to struggle for the rest of your life? Do you want to live or die? If you want to live, you have to speak up and stick up for yourself. If you want to die, then go ahead and die. Don't speak up and stick up for yourself. Just let that traumatic situation or whenever it's going to happen, let that happen to you. Don't stick up for yourself and you're going to die just sitting there, standing there, letting that happen to you. Letting that person get the best of you. No, I'm not letting that happen to me anymore like I've done in the past, because while I was growing up, I never had spoke up for myself. So now I'm changing myself for the better, not changing myself for anyone or anything else. I'm changing myself for the better because I want to survive. I don't want to struggle. I don't want to suffer. Although if I do struggle and suffer, it's for the better because I'm struggling and suffering to make myself stronger and better and braver each day. I'm going through these major complications and difficulties that I'm going through. Like many people go through these problems, and like everyone has these major issues and problems. But like unlike me, I've been bullied my whole life. Therefore, I know what it's like being bullied. So yeah, and that is like really like at a higher rate, that complicated. So those are some of the things that have caused my anxiety to like a higher level. Now, you can decide if you want to take medication for your anxiety. If you can control it, then yeah, sure. Like I said before, like for me, I'm trying to control myself self-control, basically control my anxiety, because I tend to have a lot of panic attacks and get panicked easily and like startled easily. Like if like a loud sound just like comes by, a glass, let's say a glass bottle, someone throws it like bam, psh, or like someone just gets their phone and it's glass and it drops, and that clash of sound is gonna come in my ears and hurt my ears, and basically it's gonna give me like chronic ear pain, which is what I have now today. So I get startled easily, and I'm like, oh my god, what was that sound? What was that noise? And I ask the people or the people around me that I'm surrounding, hey, did you hear that sound? What was that noise? Or like, really, did you hear anything? Because I heard something. And if it's a ringing in my ears, I'm like, oh my god, did you hear a ringing? Do you hear anything right now? And then they're like, no, I did not hear anything. I think it's what you're hearing. It's you, it's not me. I'm like, oh, okay. Never mind then, I'm just maybe hearing things. So that's like my anxiety. But I'm trying, honestly, I'm trying myself. I'm trying so hard to control myself, basically to have self-control so that I don't have panic attacks, and to have anxiety attacks at a point where like I really want to lower my anxiety and have lower anxiety. So yes. Now, I will read you a poem that I wrote. It's a slam poem about my anxiety. So, yeah. Hope you get a better understanding of my anxiety. Basically, it's all of the experiences that I have went through in the past and now in the present about my anxiety. So, yeah. It's called I'm So Scared. I'm so scared that I feel like I'm going to die. Kill me, because I've been falling from the sky. My anxiety is raging up on me. I don't think I can handle it. Just give me a hit. When I was little, I remember that I would always tell myself and everyone that I wasn't scared of anything, just to bring up my self-esteem and self-confidence. But it didn't seem to work, because it seemed that I was still scared. Why am I always so scared? Blinded by all the lights I couldn't see, knowing that there's nothing to be afraid of and everything's going to be okay. Feeling declared and being compared, but I never got no love. There was just too much pain and hate that always affected me. I've just always suffered and struggled through the toughest nights. Nothing ever went the right way, which now makes me so afraid. Even now today, still till this day, because all these wounds and bruises cuts me like a blade. Everyone gets so freaking mad and angry when I tell them about my anxiety. Why the heck are you upset with me? You don't have it, I have it. It's not affecting you, it's affecting me. Therefore, it's not your problem, it's my problem. And I don't need you to yell at me and put me down because of my anxiety, assuming and thinking that I'm scared of you. When you don't even know if that is even true. Of course I'm scared of you, because it's you that scares me and the things that you do. You say that you understand my anxiety, but you don't show it. I don't want to hear you. Tell me. I want to see you. Show me. How should I believe what you are saying? All these unnecessary excuses you are making.
Imbalance.
Tell me, why should I believe what's coming out of your mouth when all you're trying to do is run your mouth and scare me by throwing me out? I have really bad high anxiety. Most of the times, it's hard for me to control myself when my anxiety is raging up on me. Therefore, I tend to have panic attacks and anxiety attacks regularly. I want to take medication for my anxiety, which will cure my anxiety and make my anxiety disappear forever and completely. But I don't want it to change my beautiful and lovely personality. If that doesn't work, then I'll use coping skills such as yoga, taking deep breaths, writing poetry, playing the piano, and meditation to lower my anxiety so that I have a lower level of anxiety that won't affect me. You tell me that you know what I'm going through, that you used to be just like me, used to be so scared and afraid. Okay, so how did you deal with that and get over it? But you don't seem to respect my feelings and understand all this that is hurting me. Anxiety is like poison to my heart and body, but I'm not going to let it kill me and get the best of me. Why be scared? I have learned the hardest way that there's nothing to be afraid of. everything's gonna be alright if I just stay calm and try to reach above. There's nothing that I should be worried about. Therefore, whatever happens, I am always prepared.